Hey everybody, I have been meaning to do a video for quite a while and just haven't gotten around to it. This summer we've been going to bed late and I can't quite get up early enough in the morning. I also have morning voice, so ignore that part. But I'm going to do two videos. My first video is going to be about the products that I have been using since I did my last videos, including this crazy thing. And then I will do a second video on the techniques that I have been doing that are different from the original routine that I posted about. That's the fun thing about this method is you can be on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and you see new things to try, and it's fun to see the different results. So first off, I'm going to talk about this scarf on my head. It's called a hair buff, head scarf, not really a wrap, but there's a bunch of different names for it. Basically, it is a way to protect your hair while you're sleeping. I have ended up using it all the time. Once I get home, I put my hair up, and the nice thing about it is that I don't have to use a ponytail holder. My hair is just all up in here because of this. I found that when I was doing that pineapple with the ponytail holder on the top of my head, my scalp just got really sore from the way that my hair was being pulled. And I am trying to refresh a little bit more often now. We also went hiking, and this was great to use as a headband. I'm going to show you guys how I use it. I found a 6-pack on Amazon, 12 bucks, I think. You can really find them anywhere. It's open-ended on both sides, so you could just leave it open if you wanted. It's basically a tube top for hair. So I have been wearing this all night. It does tend to move up a little bit while I sleep, so you can just get some of these little cheap clips and put some of those on there to keep it in place. Some ladies pull, I have extra fabric here in the front, some ladies pull it down over their eyes and it doubles as a sleep mask. I'm gonna show you how I use it, and then I'll talk about the rest of the products. So basically, when I take it off in the morning, my hair is super crazy. But if you give it about 10-15 minutes, let me go back to where I wake up looking like a lion. But once you give it 10 or 15 minutes, then your hair will settle and it will hopefully be presentable for the rest of the day. So basically, when I get home, I flip my hair all the way over. I always forget to put this around my neck first. Never fails, every time. And they have fun colors, patterns. They can be solid colors if you want to. I just picked some of the floral ones. And then you're going to wrap it around your head. I make sure that the back is right at the bottom of my hair. And then I leave extra here and wrap it up underneath. That way my hair is on top of my head. I noticed that if I pulled it so that there wasn't extra fabric and it was just the bottom all the way around here, my hair ended up back here and it didn't hold up as well. So then you just shove your hair down inside there. You can use a clip, a knot. So it's kind of hard to knot, but whatever you want to do up there. Super sexy. So now I'm going to talk about the products. When I first started, I was using the pink Not Your Mother's Naturals shampoo because it was talking about curl defining, and that's what my main goal was. But then as I got farther into this, I realized that the pink is actually really the heaviest in that line, and I thought, well, my hair is thick, it can really handle something heavy. but my hair is not super curly, it's more wavy, and the wavies can get weighed down more than the ladies with the really tight spiral curls. So I still have a little bit of that left, and I use it every now and then if I'm just going to put my hair up, or if I don't really care about what it's going to look like that day. So I did go ahead and switch to the purple, which in the line is 3 or 4 steps up in heaviness. It's also for volume, which is going to help too. Downside is that they just discontinued it, of course. So I have a pretty full bottle, but anytime that I run out of something, I like to switch to something new anyways. So once this runs out, then I'll be on the hunt for a new one. I'm really happy with it so far. I am somebody that likes to have a lather when I'm shampooing my hair. The low poo means low foam. The no poo means that there's no foam whatsoever. So the low poo is going to have more stronger cleansing ingredients than the no poo. I just, when I'm washing my hair, I have to have that foamy clean feeling. Then I realized I take pictures of my hair daily, usually just to keep track of how things are going, and then I keep track of what I was using. So I started to notice that my hair was just not as defined and as curly, and just seemed kind of limp and mushy and kind of blah. So I got on the Facebook group and on the chat, and I was kind of asking and doing some research, and I did a couple tests and figured out that I had put myself into moisture overload, which the Not Your Mother's line is completely protein free. So you're going to end up being very moisturized, which some people is great. Some people don't need protein. I realized that I did need protein. So I did a couple different things. The first thing I did immediately, which I was going to talk about this at the end, but I'll talk about it now. I'm still using the yellow Not Your Mother's Naturals conditioner that I was this whole time. I really like it. It has a good slip. So when they talk about that, when you put it on your hair, it doesn't get your hair matted up right away. It really finger detangles pretty easily. So, but I am probably going to change that because there's no protein in it. Or they do have protein drops that you can just add to your regular conditioner. It's super easy, super cheap. So I went ahead and picked up this, and I did a deep conditioner with this, and the difference was crazy. So I realized that I needed more protein into my routine. Everything that I've gotten so far has been either at Ulta on sale or Target also on sale, of course. So for my daily use, I picked up this Shea Moisture. Has a lot of protein in it. Now, Shea Moisture is full of shea butter, which can be very heavy. This particular line I do think is a little bit too heavy for my hair, but it loves the protein, so I'm going to go ahead and use it up. It's about halfway gone now, and then I'll switch to something lighter, but still with the protein. The deep conditioner that I chose is the blue Shea Moisture, and that is on the lighter end of their scale, which is better for the wavies. I also picked up, I talked about a Denman brush in my original video, and I chose a Walmart knockoff, $3 or $4. I'm going to show you how it works. Sorry about shoving the comb in the screen there. So there are lots of rows in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 rows total. The more rows that you leave in there, the smaller your clumps are going to be. I wanted big clumps. Let's see if I can get this to slide out. So this slides out, and you can unfold it, and you can pull the rows out of the back. So they're a little bit stuck in there now, of course. I I originally had pulled out every other row and had 5 rows in there, and it just wasn't really getting the clumps the size that I wanted. So I went ahead and took out 5 rows, so there's only 4 rows left in here. When I do my actual wash routine, I will show you how I use that. And then it just slides back in there. I haven't used the actual Denman brush, so I can't compare, but so far this one has worked pretty well for me. We're going to talk about the Aussie here for a minute. I have been using this since I started. Super cheap, $3 or $4 at Target. Then I saw a post on Facebook about how polyquats are just as bad as silicones, which we're avoiding silicones. So I started doing a bunch of research. I was reading blogs, I was reading science articles, I was reading things that I didn't understand most of. But there are different types of polyquats. This particular product has polyquaternium is the technical name for it. I just call it a poly or a polyquat. Polyquat 4, which is, there are 2 that are at the top of the list that cause buildup. Not everybody's going to experience this, but it's definitely something to watch out for. If you feel like your hair just feels gross and producty, you might have to clarify more often. Or just switch products in general if you want. I do really like this product, so I'm just going to clarify and keep using it. There are other polyquats, like in my conditioner. This one has polyquaternium 80. A lot lower on the list, so it's more water soluble, so I don't really worry about that as much building up on my hair. There was a product that I had seen on the Facebook group that I had been wanting to try since I started, so 4 months ago, however long I've been doing this. Camille Rose Curl Maker. It's a little pricey. I think this was maybe $18, but it goes a long way, so it's going to last you a really long time. I have already used it 3 or 4 times, and you can see that there's barely any gone out of there. This made my hair so soft, gave me great curls. I love it. I did add a couple days, the picture that I posted yesterday, that did have this mixed with the Aussie for a little bit of extra hold, because this is not going to be a gel that's going to give you a lot of hold. This is going, it's a little bit of a gel consistency, but it's not going to give you the hold that the Aussie gel is going to be. It's not going to give you that super hard, crunchy cast that I'm going for. And the best thing about this is that it is glycerin free, which is what I'm going for. I had talked about the glycerin back in my other video when I was using the flaxseed gel, since it had glycerin second on the list. It was horrible, so frizzy, so I did have to put that back in the cabinet until fall gets here, at least until the humidity goes away. I did try a couple different mousse products. I was thinking maybe I'm weighing my hair down too much, and it could really be, you know, a lot more volume and a lot more curly than what I was getting. So when I purchased a few of the Not Your Mother's Naturals products, I tried this. Super lightweight, super foamy, not heavy at all. My hair hates it. But I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm going to try it in the fall and the winter, because my hair is going to be completely different then. So a lot of girls love this. If you have thin, lighter hair, that's not really the right word that I'm looking for, but if you have thinner hair, then this really might be a good idea for you. They do have a shampoo and conditioner that goes with it too. It does have coconut water in it. Coconut can sometimes cause frizz and not react well to some people's hair, so keep that in mind. Then I tried, a lot of people had recommended this. There was a 2-pack at Target, pretty cheap. I don't mind this. I usually only put it on my roots. Again, it causes a little bit of frizz for me at this humidity because it's not going to have a lot of hold. Mousse alone is not going to have a lot of hold for most people. So days I'm not going anywhere, I usually just throw some of this on just to get a little bit of product in there. Last thing I want to talk about, well, 2 more things. Deep conditioning. I did use a Garnier Fructis avocado mask. I ran out of that, so I did try the papaya. It's in my cabinet. I bought the papaya, I haven't tried it yet. When I got my Ulta stuff, a lot of ladies had loved this one. So if I am okay on my protein, then I'm going to use this green matcha green tea and wild apple blossom. They make some crazy names and nobody can remember them, so we just call them by their name. If I need protein, then I use my Shea Moisture. I haven't clarified for about 3 weeks, so I'm going to do that today, and then I'm going to use my protein because I really do think I need some extra protein. There's other ways that you can check and see if you are moisturized, or if you need protein. When your hair is in the shower, if it feels mushy and limp and like seaweed, then you're going to need some protein to get some structure in there. If your hair feels like straw and is super dry and stringy, then you're going to need some moisture. While you're looking for the ingredients, it tells you basically wheat protein and rice protein are going to be a couple of the proteins that you're going to be looking for. Last but not least, and I will show you how I use these when I do my wash routine, root clips. So I'll just show you real quick. Crazy hair. That's actually kind of cute. So when my hair is wet, and I usually air dry for the first half of the day at work, I will take a little section and I will stick my root clip in there just to get my roots going straight up. And then I usually end up like 4 or 5 of these things, and then when I'm in the car, I do blast the air on my hair to help dry as much as I can before I get to work. You want to be careful that you don't put it in too far because you're going to have to pull it back out and you don't want it to rip your hair. So those are the latest products that I've been trying and using. So I will go ahead and get started on my wash routine, and I'll do a video about that showing my techniques, and we'll see how it turns out.